20%. Check the FBI statistics. I'm not making this shit up. Unlike a lot of hosts that do podcasts and radio shows, I don't pull my numbers out of thin air. But you know who else doesn't pull their numbers out of thin air? One comedian who we call Jon Stewart. And this man may be a prophet. If he's not, he's at least making a profit. I think we can agree on that, can we not? Let's talk about when Islamophobia or Islamic xenophobia reaches a peak. See what it sounds like.
That you oppose construction of a new mosque in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. What's your objection to their building a new mosque?
Our Constitution guarantees separation of church and state. Islam combines church and state. They are using the church part of our First Amendment to infuse their mosque in that community, and the people in the community do not like it. They disagree with it.
Right. First, let's address what I believe may be some pronoun issues. Using our First Amendment to build their mosque. You think our First Amendment protects us from their mosque, when in reality, the First Amendment protects their mosque from us.
So you're saying any community, if they want to ban a mosque?
Yes, they have the right to do that. That's not discriminating based upon religion, against their particular religion.
I'm pretty sure that's the definition of discriminating based upon religion. Let me see if I can illustrate that by replacing the word mosque in that sentence, in the yes, they can ban the mosque sentence, with the word church, or synagogue, or church-synagogue, or Scientology Celebrity Center. See, unless you're suggesting Islam is something other than a religion.
Islam is both a religion and a set of laws, Sharia law. That's the difference between any one of our other traditional religions, where it's just about religious purposes.
Yes. It's very different. I read about the strangeness of their combination of religion and laws in my people's holy book, the Torah, which translated into English, I believe, literally means the law.
Yeah, well, you know, and if you think that I'm defending Muslims here, you're absolutely right. And I'm defending Christians against Muslims. And I'm defending the Church of the Flying Ball Flapping Sack from atheists. Because in the Constitution, which is a very strong document now, it's been standing the test of time. We need to start giving it some credit. It's no longer a draft. It protects your religion. Now, if you're a terrorist, which is incredibly unlikely according to FBI's own numbers, I think something like 28% or 38%, I think it was 24%, of all the terrorist acts in the United States have been done by extreme leftists. So you're talking about basically abortion clinic type of bombings. But do people not want to believe that? Because the media's given you a boogeyman. 9/11 was a big deal. I'm with you. I hate the people that did it. I'm glad that their support networks were bombed to shit, and I was behind that. But I also know that in America, a peaceful attendance to a mosque or a church or a synagogue has to be protected. It is protected. You can't tell them no. When you can tell them no is when what they're doing is putting Americans in harm's way in some way. So this whole thing about singing about the Constitution, about how great the Constitution is, just to turn around and say their religion can't be here. I think we're very lucky that the forefathers had that foresight. I think we're very lucky. They lacked some foresight, we know. This is why we have amendments. And if you don't like the fact that Islam can set up in the United States, you need to start writing some letters. Get the laws changed. But imagine that America. And imagine Andrew over there in Australia looking at America and saying, what's this? they don't allow certain religions and they call themselves free? Get the fuck out of here. See it from the outside perspective and you'll see what it will really look like to the world. And to me, I care about what America looks like to the world. I don't want our Statue of Liberty standing out there saying, send me you're poor and you're meek and you're hungry. When really what it means is send me the people that I approve of, but not the others. Well, the media can take credit. The regular mainstream media, who is not the lamestream media just because they disagree with Fox News, they are the body of evidence that we have in news reporting that has turned to drama to sell commercials. It's really what it boils down to. And they want you scared of somebody. Well, they're not going to get you scared of Christians. There hasn't been a Tim McVeigh in a while. They can get you scared of Muslims because Muslims are always killing each other. Do you know what percentage, what the concentration is of actual victims of terrorist attacks? It's like 93% Muslims. Yeah, 93% of everybody in the world that dies from a terrorist attack are Muslims. So, if you want to look at them as a barbaric type of religion, I hate to say religion because it is so region specific. So you're really talking more, not even about a race, but about a region. It's a region. The Middle East is a vicious fucking barbaric region. And that comes from hundreds of years of bad management. It does. It's really what it comes down to. Let's talk about the next thing. Here's something that the constitutional singers, that I call them, they want to talk about free speech, don't they? Free speech. They want to talk about the Constitution, the right to petition the government, the right to have a peaceful protest. They believe in all that, right? Well, sort of. As long as they agree with what's being said or petitioned. And here's an example of that.
There is breaking news in the case of LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling. He's come under fire for his thoughts on the Instagrammability of I guess you'd call it girlfriend black person friendship.
Effective immediately, I am banning Mr. Sterling for life.
Yes.
From any association with the Clippers organization or the
Bajank.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
So much excitement out there from the entire world and even apparently the past. But it's good to see the distinction here between free speech and consequence-free speech. My guess is this is not the death knell for this country's long and proud tradition of crazy talk.
If I were in charge...
All I can say there is thank God that is a hypothetical.
And I, too, being agnostic, just need to add my input here. If there is a God, and I don't know if there is, I do want to thank you very much for not letting Sarah Palin be in charge of anything. Thank you.
They would know that waterboarding is how we baptize terrorists.
Huh? I don't know what. That is Sarah Palin giving a speech where she is somehow conflating a sacrament of her faith with torture in order to somehow bring the fear of God to religious extremists. Where is that speech even appropriate? At an Al-Qaeda recruitment how-to video workshop? At the yearly gathering of the Dummelows? Or maybe she's given one of those famed, talks? They're like TED Talks, except they make no sense. Well, so TED Talks. So, what else did the former vice presidential candidate of one of two major national parties tell whoever it is she's talking to?
Joe Biden, remember this. He telling women before an assault, just fire a warning shot till the cops show up. Just Aim up in the air. That was his directive, his advice. Well, fine, Joe Squirt Gun. If your rapist is a bird...
What the fuck?
She seems nice. So I see, well, the former Alaska governor with a clear and quite wry reference to the well-known Greek myth Leda and the Swan. Zeus, in the form of a swan, forced himself on Leda, daughter of Theseus, king of Aetolia, leading to the birth of Helen of Troy, yada, 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 smash cut, Christopher Columbus discovers America, and thus the founding fathers create the greatest country God has ever given to the people of Earth. Well played, Governor. You do read all of them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a 15-second song.
Need your help.
Yeah, okay, so we're starting to get down to the root of the people that claim they love the Constitution, as long as you believe exactly what they believe. Now I've got a special treat for you. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine, and I have the weirdest top 3 selection you'll ever hear. I would go top 4 because Beastie Boys tries to get in there. Rage Against the Machine, number 1. Sting, number 2. Counting Crows, number 3. And the Beastie Boys at number 4. That's what I like. You gotta like something. Those are the ones I like. Makes no sense, does it? There's nothing parallel. There's nothing in common with any of those groups. Maybe that's why I like them. Maybe it fits every urge I have. Sitting around fapping, Counting Crows and Sting. Want to go kill some people? I'm listening to some Rage. And this clip is called Rage Against the Machine. You heard right. Rage Against the Machine.
This is exciting. Anna Kendrick. Oh, she's one of our favorites. She's so good in that. She's Into the Woods. She's going to be here. Very talented. But first, you may have been noticing the justice system's recent consistent failure to indict police officers who have killed unarmed black men has sparked protests all over this country. The demonstrations have been overwhelmingly peaceful, which makes it very difficult for people to complain about them. Difficult. Not impossible.
You have the right to protest, to go on the sidewalk and make noise and hold signs and let people know you disagree. But when you block traffic, that's a form of violence.
Yes! Thank you. Blocking traffic is a form of violence. How dare these marchers put our streets in some kind of, let's call it a chokehold of traffic. How dare they? Wouldn't have anything to do with the streets being black now, does it?
Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to indict the New York Marathon, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the Gay Pride Parade, the St. Patrick's Day Parade, the Halloween Parade, the German American Slogan Parade, or any random pop-up street fair selling mystery meat and tube socks. And I haven't even gotten to the most violent of offenders. Please. That tree is like a glittering Berlin Wall, preventing any movement from east to west. Mr. Claus, tear down that tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, selective outrage.
Protesters, it's one thing for protesters to do violence to our city's streets and traffic. It is quite another for them to use excessive force against Christmas itself.
It is creating havoc, and we've got 2 weeks before Christmas. Do you think this is going to have some impact on, I mean, who wants to go shopping at Macy's when this is going on?
Protesters preventing people from shopping at Macy's. I hope these shoppers shall overcome. No, that's... Yes, I can't buy. Yes, Black Friday matters. It does. The protests